So it turns out I was all worried about nothing. It wasn't even in there. It was in that other room I was in. It was in the knapsack in front of the coffin. Whatever. Moving on. There he is. Hello.
I'll see you hang.
Where'd you come from?
Really? Really? You know what? Okay, I am close to dying, actually. Let's, take that. Take that. And I don't have another that regenerates. Oh well. Alright, let's take a moment to get another friend here. Down he goes. I'm guessing she took care of him. Good job, Serana. Alright, let's see. The Champion's Cudgel. Ooh, I would love to disenchant that. Is there anything else in here? Let's check the big chest in here. Nope. Just some gold. Ooh. I'll take that. Okay, then. Sometimes. Back to Raven Rock. Let's go see the captain. Near the eastern coast is home to an ancient tribe of Nords known as the Skull. That sounds like a place to go visit. They could be potential allies. Unless they're like, oh, you were the one who helped the Empire. But that hasn't really been the case in Skyrim. I doubt it would be the case here in Raven Rock. Have I talked to this guy yet? Hello, who are you?
Elder Arthroloth is grooming me to be his eventual replacement. Soon I'll be running the temple my way.
Yes, soon indeed. Do you know someone called Mirak?
Mirak. It sounds very familiar. Not someone here, but I'm not sure I can recall.
Is he someone you know or not?
I can't be sure. I know I've heard that name, but it doesn't feel real. Does that make any sense?
Non-believers are never welcome here.
Wow. Okay. You don't believe? Well, then you're not welcome here. Understand?
If they desire...
That's not a very
Yes,
nice
Sarah.
way to recruit more members.
Are you here to pray? Or perhaps pay your respects at our ancestral tomb?
What are the ancestral tombs?
They're where we inter our dead. They are sacred places, meant to honor their passing. Sadly, we've been unable to use the ancestral tomb beneath the temple as of late, and have resorted to other locations to scatter the remains.
Why can't you use the tomb?
Those foul vermin, the abomination spawn, have risen from the ashes of our own ancestors. They're befouling the memories of our forefathers by defiling their remains.
I'll cleanse the tomb for you.
Thank you, Wanderer. That would be most kind. Here, this key should open the door to the tomb.
Be cautious, friend. The ash spawn are soulless beings with no regard for compassion.
So I think this is part of the quest that you can try to utilize to earn property.
Excuse
or
me,
buying
but
property
the
here.
temple is for followers of our faith.
That guy is a jerk. That must be the tomb I gotta go into. More vein. Is that who I need to talk to about being able to get property here?
As the wife to the second counselor of Raven Rock, it would be my pleasure to help you any way that I can.
Well, how about that? Someone offering to help.
You look able to venture outside of town. Perhaps you could help me recover something precious that was lost.
So who is your husband?
Admiral Arano, second counselor of Raven Rock. How I hate that title. Damn fool's going to get himself killed over it someday.
Well, you worry much on your husband's behalf.
He's in grave danger, and yet he continues to place himself in harm's way. When I fall asleep at night, all I can do is hope he'll still be there when I awaken. This island was never meant for us. There's too much death here.
Perhaps you should return to Morrowind.
I assure you, if I could convince Adril to do that, I'd be on the next ship back to Blacklight. Unfortunately, Adril and Councillor Morvain are very close friends, and they will never abandon one another, despite my feelings.
You haven't told him how you feel?
I'm the wife of a second counselor, and certain things are expected of me. The most important thing is that I stand by Adril no matter how I feel, and I intend to do that until we get off this miserable rock.
Where are you from originally?
Adril and I lived in Blacklight, the capital city of Morrowind. House Redoran has improved Blacklight substantially over the last 1,000 years. Its grandeur rivals that of Mournhold itself. The root spire where the Council of Great Houses meet is something to behold.
I gotta see what it's like to play through this DLC if you're playing as a Dark Elf. Sounds like quite a sight.
I haven't seen the city in over 50 years. Even for a Dunmer, that seems like an eternity. Regardless, I hope to return there someday, which doesn't seem likely given my husband's commitment to Councillor Morvain.
Alright. Do you know someone called Mirac?
Why does that sound so familiar? There's no one here by that name, and yet I swear I've heard it.
Everyone has the exact same response when I bring that up.
I don't know. It almost feels like a dream. Something about a temple on the island.
You mentioned you lost something.
A few months ago, I had sent an important folio to the first edition bookshop in the Imperial City to be rebound. They sent it back to me recently, but it never arrived.
Was it aboard a ship?
Yes, the Strident Squall, or something like that. The damn thing sunk right off the coast of Solstheim. Can you imagine?
How do you know that?
One of the sailors survived. Poor thing crawled all the way to Raven Rock on his hands and knees. Before he died, he told the Redoran Guard about the wreck and warned us that it was going to be crawling with reavers.
I'll see if I can find the book for you.
Thank you. You have no idea how much it hurts losing such a precious heirloom. My husband is second counselor, so I certainly have the means to reward you if you find my folio.
Oh, him? Yeah, this guy, I think is the guy who greeted us. Hello
Your
there.
visit here would be tolerated
May I have a
as
word
long
with
as
you,
you abide
Counselor?
by our laws.
Of
Otherwise,
course.
you'll answer to the Redoran Guard.
I was concerned about our food stores. Jalan can only carry so much on each journey, and I'm afraid we might run out.
I'll speak with Garen and see if we can't increase the crop production this season. Sorry, Sindiri. I fear we'll be feasting on ash yams a bit more often this year.
As the
Serana?
wife to the second counselor
Stop
of Raven
that.
Rock, it would be my
On
pleasure
behalf
to
of
help
House
you any
Redoran
way
and
that
as
I can.
Counselor of Raven Rock, I
Why
bid
would
you
they want to
welcome.
go back to
Do you rule all of Solstheim?
Solstheim is theoretically under my rule. But without revenue from the mine, I lack the resources to actually govern anything but Raven Rock itself. Not that there's much beyond the confines of our town anyway.
Raven Rock is the only settlement on the island?
Well, there's a
How
small
much longer
enclave
do
of
you intend
Nords to the
serve
north in
this
Skal
shield,
village.
Admiral?
They pretty much keep to
Veteran council
themselves,
tasked me with keeping
and we both
Lera
like it
alive,
that way.
which I've done without
Then
question
there's
for
Tel
over
Mithrin
100
to the
years.
east. The
He's closest
Telvanni live
thing
out
I've
there.
had to our brother.
Sort of a strange
We all
lot.
owe him
But
our
since we're
lives.
both from Morrowind,
Am I to
we get along.
suddenly turn my back?
Other than that,
I'm
Solstheim is
sorry,
crawling
Mel.
with bandits
It's
and
this
Reeklings.
island. It's never
But that's
felt
to
the
be
same since
expected
we
living in a
left
frontier
Ardenfell.
like this.
It's as though a part of me is missing.
Do you two mind? We're trying to talk
Every
here.
Dunmer left a piece of themselves behind when they departed our homeland. All we can do is make the most of what we have.
What happened to the
It
mine?
used to be one of the richest ebony mines in Morrowind, but it dried out years ago. Now, we're barely holding out here. Without the mine, Raven Rock doesn't feel like it can last much longer.
I have been watching some people play, or rather, not some people, one guy in particular called the Lore Runner, which I highly encourage for you guys to go check out some of his stuff. He does very in-depth runs of games, talking about a lot of the lore involved, everything he can get his hands on. I've been watching him about 10 months ago. He did a lore run of the Elder Scrolls series, and stream long videos of it. And I've been checking out his run of Morrowind, and I've been learning a lot about it since I never got to play it. Like him mentioning the Telvanni, I'm like, oh, they were in the game Morrowind. I remember that. What is House Redoran?
You've never heard of House Redoran?
Redoran, excuse
We're
me.
the mightiest of the great houses, and we lead the council, the ruling body of Morrowind.
Council? You mean there's no Jarl?
This isn't Skyrim, Outlander. A group of powerful and influential Dunmer families have been ruling Morrowind for millennia. They embody a council made up of 5 great houses.
Yeah.
Telvanni,
Yep.
Dres, Indoril, Sadras, and Redoran.
But you said Redoran leads the council.
Well, of course. With 4 other houses on the council, someone has to keep the rabble organized. Our house leads the council by virtue of our preeminence in battle, wisdom, and ancestral glory.
Sounds rather complicated.
Yes, I imagine it would to someone not of our people. If you're interested in pursuing the subject, help yourself to any of the historical volumes in my library.
He got a little touchy on that subject.
My doors are open if you wish to discuss matters involving Raven Rock.
They serve the best sujam I've ever tasted over for wretched Netch. Worth every coin.
Ooh, hold on. Let me quick save just in case I get in trouble here. But what happens if I go in here? Ooh, hello. Oh, that's... Ah. Appreciate the urgency of the situation in Solstheim. Request for supplies and funds at this time. This is nothing personal. Your island is one of 74 outlying settlements of Morrowind at this time. Must rank these outposts in terms of economic and strategic importance. Hang on a little longer. Survey you requested. Needs extensive repair. Repairs to the docks have been complete. We can accommodate 2 ships at once if need be. No improvement in the condition of the water around the island. Alright, let's get out of here, Serrano. Don't want to be accused of breaking and entering. Even though I did, but they're never gonna know. Oh, hello there. Well, I totally was not going into that room you don't want me to go into.
Scrap of ebony left in the mines. You might want to just move on.
Well, that is disappointing because I do want to get ebony ingots. But there's other reasons for me to stay here. Oh, there's the captain. Like, I know there's a house here I can be able to
If you
acquire.
need a ride back to the mainland, Jalen's the only way.
I know, I
Understandable,
know.
considering the differences between us.
I'm not talking about that. I have a knack for smelling trouble. And for some reason, you reek of it.
Uh-oh.
I promise you, I have nothing but good intentions towards everyone in this town.
Hey,
Citizen.
Captain?
What news do you bring from Fort Frostmoth?
I killed General Carius.
I had my suspicions that he was undead. How else could he have survived for over 200 years? It's a shame. There are quite a few tales of General Carius's exploits, including the founding of Raven Rock.
You'll no longer send Ash Spawn to Raven Rock.
Councillor Morvain told me to give this to you if you made it back in one piece. And you got rid of General Carius. Better than a soldier's pay, so you should be thankful. Thank you for your assistance.
Miserable.
Raised my men's
Just
spirits
miserable.
quite a bit.
Oh, I hate this place.
You don't like it on Solstheim?
Don't like it. I hate it. Every day it's the same thing. We open the shop, we hardly sell a thing, we close the shop and go to sleep. What kind of a life is that?
Huh. When I return to Morrowind.
Oh, believe me, I'd be on the first ship off this miserable island if I could. But I'm not sure I could do that to my father. I think it would break his heart. We've already lost my mother. I don't want to leave him alone.
How did your mother die?
We lived in a settlement, perhaps a league from the border of Black Marsh, the homeland of the Argonians.
I know.
Even though the Argonian invasion ended a long time ago, there are still a few scale-skinned clans that live within our borders.
You don't say.
To put it simply, they attacked our settlement and slaughtered almost everyone.
Ew.
It was horrible.
Don't take your anger on that out on me, please. I'm just a
Keep yourself safe.
simple
Solstheim is still a
Argonian.
dangerous place.
I had nothing to do with that.
Oh, come on. You haven't seen Crescius Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again.
Why all the fuss over a simple pickaxe?
No, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. I'm talking about an ancient Nordic pickaxe. They don't exactly grow on trees, you know.
Can't you just get the guard to find Crescius?
I prefer to handle these things on my own. Look, if you see Crescius, tell him to give me that pickaxe back, and I'll pay you for the trouble.
Alright. I noticed the shadow mark on your door.
Well, it's been a long time since someone from the guilds bothered to make their way out here.
He's part of the Thieves Guild.
So tell me, how's my brother Delvin?
Oh, he's
Still
Delvin's
spending
brother.
His nights at the Ragged Flagon trying to win Vex's heart?
I don't know if he's doing that anymore, but he's well.
Good to hear. Tam Layabout never even bothers to send his own flesh and blood a letter saying how he's doing. Can you imagine? Anyway, I suppose you're looking for work. Well, I got bad news. This place is drier than a damn bone.
Nothing at all?
Eager to make some coin, eh? That's the spirit. I'll tell you what. The guild's got a problem out here that I've been trying to deal with for years, but haven't been able to handle.
The Thieves Guild has a problem out here?
Don't look at me like that. I'm all alone out here, with no one to watch my back. And besides, it's really my problem anyway. I caused it.
What did you do?
A fellow Breton who went by the name Esmond Tyne showed up on my doorstep about a fortnight ago. He noticed the shadow marks like you did, and I thought he was one of us.
He stole something from you, right?
That he did. Right out
I said
from
that
under
wrong.
my nose.
He stole something
Can
from you,
believe
right?
it? It's my own formula for improved bone mold. Took me years to perfect.
Where is Esmond Tyne now?
Well, before he ran off, he was talking some nonsense about trying to fence goods to the Reeklings at Castle Karstag. I told him he was crazy to even think about talking to those vicious little buggers, but he wouldn't listen. I'd bet a fat purse of coin that he's either dead or hiding out up there.
I'll get that formula back for you.
You do that, and I'll make sure you're set up right. You won't be disappointed.
Alright. What is an ancient Nordic pickaxe?
It's the only tool tough enough to crack Skyrim, is what it is. Not many of those beauties left in the world. Forging them is a lost art.
Stalrim.
The one
Yep.
Precious borrowed came from the Skull village up north. I, traded them some goods for it.
Alright, is Stalrim a type of ore?
Calling Stalrim an ore is like calling my forge a campfire.
Huh.
Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I think there's more to it than that.
I assume it's rare.
I don't think I've come across more than a chunk or two in my lifetime, and smithing's my trade. If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do.
Aha. How did you end up in Raven Rock?
A fine question, and the one that I hear most often from visitors to our town. I wish I had a more romantic tale to tell, but I was simply seeking my fortune and chose Raven Rock to ply my trade. Besides, knowing how to repair bone mold armor wasn't very useful in Riften.
Who taught you that?
I had a friend over there, a dark elf named Van Ryth, a very talented armor smith. Spent a lot of time with the guy swapping smithing techniques. Learned a heck of a lot, including how to repair bone mold. After he moved on to greener pastures, I decided to pack up, move out here, and put those lessons to the test. Been here ever since.
Serana, I swear I'm gonna switch you out if you keep pushing me like that.
You tell Crushes he better give that pickaxe back to me, or else.
Serana, I'm telling you, you keep pushing me, I'm gonna
Just
switch you
miserable.
out.
Oh, I hate
I'm gonna
this
send
place.
you back to Fort Dawnguard, you hear me?
Find my pickaxe yet?
Not yet. Alright. Now. Nope.
Assisting the Redoran Guard with the ash spawn attacks has...
Destroying the
quite
ash
some-
spawn has made it safer to work in the fields.
up.
Thank you. Yes, I'm proud to say that I grow or harvest most of it myself. I only wish I had a better source for netch jelly. Those creatures are difficult to track down since it's so dangerous beyond the bulwark.
It's funny, you sound a lot like someone I know back home.
That would be splendid. I'd be more than happy to give you something for the effort.
Alright.
Careful with those netches. They may look tame, but they can seriously hurt you when threatened.
Number of
My
people to talk
apologies
to
for
here.
doubting you, Seryo. Your visit here would be tolerated as long as you abide
I work for
by our
Mokro.
law.
You got a problem,
Otherwise,
you
you'll
talk to
answer
him.
To the Redoran Guard.
Your actions here have been a blessing to us all, Sergio. If you've got something to sell, I'm willing to buy. Why don't we see what kind of deal we can make?
He's just got food and such.
Next time you're
appreciate the help
hungry,
you've
stop
been
by.
giving.
I'll give you this warning only once. Stay out of my way, and we'll do just fine.
It's busier now that things are starting to look up. I guess I might stay a bit longer after all. Mining gear? No. However, I used to sell East Empire pendants until I ran out of them. Popular little item.
What's an East Empire pendant?
It's an amulet that was made exclusively for the East Empire Company. They gave them to their workers as an incentive at one point, a kind of reward for extra effort. They're no longer being made, so they've become a collectible. I'd love to get my hands on a few of them.
Where can you find them?
They could be anywhere on the island. The mines might be a good place to start. If you find any while you're exploring Solstheim, bring them here, and I'll pay you for them.
Alright.
The East Empire pendants are scattered all over, so leave no stone unturned.
That looks like the entrance to a mine. I gotta try and remember, like, how you get the rights to a house here in this town, because I know. In fact, I think that might be it right there. An abandoned building.
With the ash spawn threat taken care of, I can give my men the rest they deserve. Well done, friend.
Severin Manor. I don't remember if that's the house or not, but I know you can get...
Odin Veleth, captain of the Redoran Guard, at your service.
You can get ownership of property here in Raven Rock. Alright, so I can always just, I think if I recall... Wait, what's this up here? Oh, that's Skull Village way up there. I thought it was more like over here. There is something over there. You see that on the map? I don't know what the deal is with those. I mean, I guess I have to wait for that to open up before I can get Shaldor's writings over there. And that's where the Temple of Marak is, where we have to head, and that's the Skull Village. I definitely want to head there as well. As you can see, it's not nearly as big as Skyrim is, so exploring it shouldn't be that much of a problem in terms of discovering things to fast travel. So, yeah, I'll probably take a look at some things, because again, I only played through this DLC one time, like when it first came out, and I haven't played it since, so I don't know this DLC and its, you know, the stuff here in Solstheim nearly as well as I do in the mainland area, so I'll try and figure out what we do next from that, you know, when we come back. Stay tuned.